What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me. My name is Misty if you're new here, and I do food showcases around the island of Oahu. And today's restaurant is called Island Patty. I'm really excited to try it because it is Jamaican food. So if you're looking for something exciting for your taste buds and something different, definitely check out Island Patty. They're located in Kaneohe, kind of off of the industrial parts of Kaneohe, where there's a side road. I'll put the address below in the description box, and I'm excited to try it because my friend Terrence, who comes with me to certain food videos, we've been friends for a long time, since our 20s, which is a long time. I'm old. I was introduced to Jamaican food from him because he is Jamaican. He's full Jamaican. His parents are from Jamaica, and he had introduced me to these foods, and I actually did a jerk chicken recipe that was from his mother in a video, so I'll put the card above if you're interested in making your own food. Probably not as authentic and good as these people cook it, but I'm excited. So the first dish is Jamaican beef patty. They do many different styles. I'll put the menu here and I'll show it to you. You can pause it if you want to look at the different patties and other different dishes they offer. Usually you get a beef patty. You can get beef and cheese. You can get jerk chicken patty. They even have impossible meat patties for vegans. So I thought that was cool for people that don't eat meat and want to try this. So let's try it out. I was told to eat this right away, and so eat this first because it's hot and crispy. Delicious curry flavors. If you don't know about Jamaican food so much, they have Jamaican curry flavors. It's a nice curry. It tastes like curry, but not as strong as Indian curry, and a little bit different from Japanese curry, but I enjoy it. The flavors in the meat is so good. The dough for this patty is nice and flaky, soft. And the dough is rolled out to a perfect consistency and thickness, so it's not too doughy and dense. And the meat inside is so good. Very, very flavorful. Wow, what a great start to this meal. So I have two more dishes to show because I wanted to show different things that these ladies make. There's two ladies in there. The space is not, it's all takeout, you can't dine in, but very nice and quaint, very, very clean. You can see the kitchen and everything. Everything is meticulously clean, and they are very friendly. And unfortunately, I wanted cocoa bread. I've had cocoa bread before. I actually even baked it myself, but it wasn't ready. So if you're wanting to try cocoa bread, which is Jamaican bread, or you're missing it and you're Jamaican, definitely go a little later. I went right at opening, so it wasn't ready yet. Next up is their jerk chicken plate. Here it is. And I am excited about this. So with a jerk chicken plate, you get obviously the jerk chicken, some beans and rice, and some slaw. And when you walk in, even right when you walk into the restaurant, you smell the smells of the spices. It's so good. Look at that beautiful char of spices on there. Can't wait, man. Yes.
Lord have mercy.
This is the flavor. Every time you go to the store and you get that pre-made, what they claim is Jamaican jerk seasoning, it is not. It tastes disgusting. And this is the flavor of Jamaican jerk chicken. Just like T's mom's recipe. You got that Jamaican allspice taste. Almost similar to, the only thing I can compare it to, a little different, but Chinese allspice. So if you like Chinese food, you're gonna like this. It is spicy a little bit. To me, I love heat, so if you're not into heat, it might be really spicy because they use Scotch bonnet peppers in the marinade. But man, this is flavor, and you can see how the chicken just falls off the bone. So tender. Man, I hit the jackpot with this. There's other people that claim to do jerk chicken and Jamaican food on the island that I've tried, and it was terrible. I'm sorry, but this is the true flavor of Jamaican food. The chicken is moist too. It's not overly charred where it's so dry and tough. Really good pieces of moist chicken. And the outside looks, you know, overly charred. Sometimes people look at it and looks burnt, but it's not. It's the Jamaican allspice that's dark and it coats it. So it's not burnt or anything. Let's try it with some rice. And let's try the slaw. It kind of reminds me of my last video at the end. I went to a pupusa place and they had the curtido, like a, cabbage and carrot slaw. Actually kind of tastes like curtido. It's got that nice vinegar taste. Not too strong though. I'm not a fan of vinegar, but just enough to give it that tartness and acid. A great combination. Freshens the palate from the fatty meat. And man, this is good. The rice and beans taste like, it's a little bit mushier than a local rice. Not in a bad way, I'm just trying to compare local Calrose rice. Reminds me of something like Zatarain's New Orleans type of dirty rice. And the beans are like kidney beans. Very flavorful, lots of spices in there too. If you're wondering how much that plate of the jerk chicken, the rice, and the slaw is, it's $16. Quite pricey, but she gave a lot of chicken. It looks smaller than it really seems. So a very filling, good meal. I wasn't too sure to get this, but I couldn't resist. It says on the menu Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, they have specials of Jamaican goat stew curry and also Jamaican oxtail stew. And I've had oxtail stew, Jamaican style. And it's got dumplings in it. Looks wonderful and smells amazing. I wasn't too sure if I wanted to get it because it is quite expensive, but you only live once, so let's try it. And they are expensive in the store anyway, oxtails. So let's try it out. I see some butter beans in here, which is a Jamaican staple. You can get these canned in the store. Soaked up all the flavor. Let's try the little things before we get into the meat. This is their dumpling. Looks like something you would put in a chicken and dumpling type of thing, a little dough thing. Interesting, very dense and chewy. I've never had that one before. Almost reminds me of a tteokbokki, which is Korean for the little ducks. I'll show you a picture of it, but I'm sure you probably tried it at a Korean fried chicken place. Those little rice cakes that are rolled into those little cylindrical things and dipped in that hot sauce. So this is the meat just falling apart. Wow, just wow. I hope it doesn't fall, but this is the big oxtail. I think she put 3 in there. So very meaty oxtails, not the small ones that you see in the soup sometimes. Lots of meat on it, just falling off the bone. Cooked to perfection. Very tasty, delicious spices. A different kind of taste from the jerk chicken. And if you love oxtail, it almost reminds me of like a oxtail stew, local oxtail stew with a little bit of spice to it. Besides the butter beans and the dumplings, you get a little bit of veg in there. There's some stewed carrots and a lot of dumpling. So this is definitely a stick to your ribs type of meal. You're definitely not going to complain about being full. Lots of flavor, cooked to perfection where it's just falling apart and it's not tough. Again, you get the red beans and the rice, but for this one you get sauteed veggies, which is just cabbage and carrot. It looks like, I'm not sure, it's yellow in color, so I'm not sure if it's curry or anything, but let's taste it. Delicious flavors. It's almost like cabbage sauteed in butter and broth. I don't really taste too much curry, so I'm not sure what the yellow stuff is, but excellent spices in there, whatever it is, or seasoning. I like sauteed cabbage as long as the seasoning's good, and the seasoning's on point. They know how to cook and season things, and it's not overly salty. It's just perfect. And I watched her saute the veggies right when I ordered it, so it's made to order the actual sauteed veggies. It's cooked where it's not soggy. It has a nice crisp to it, but at the same time not too raw, so perfect. If you're wondering how much that oxtail stew plate is, it was $25. Again, you might think that's very expensive for a plate lunch, but oxtails are very expensive in the store anyway if you were going to make it yourself. And it wasn't tough, like I said. It was cooked great, and I can't complain. Even if you get oxtail soup these days, it's really expensive. And she gave 3 very meaty pieces, so they're getting good cuts of meat. It wasn't small or stringy or anything like that. And remember, they also make goat stew on those days, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. It's a special. So if you're interested in goat stew and you're craving that, definitely try that. All right, so I hope you go to Island Patty. The only con is the parking's kind of hard to do, so I would phone it in and just run in there. It looks like there's parking in that little complex, but all of them are marked mostly for other businesses and reserved. So you're going to have to find street parking. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll get the 3 stalls for customers of that whole complex, which is very hard. It's just a weird setup in there building wise, but you'll find street parking somewhere. It sometimes looks crowded, but there's spots here and there. So remember, they're open Monday through Saturday. They open at 10 in the morning, and I'll put their actual hours and, like I said, their address in the description box if you're interested in going. And I highly suggest that you break out of your comfort zone and try something new and not the same old, because that's kind of boring. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If this is helpful, press the like button. If you're new, subscribe or consider subscribing. And I'll see you again next week for another food adventure. And take care and have a great weekend. Peace out.